Hey everyone, you are tuning into the Voice After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. We are going to be talking about the Blind Auditions second and third episodes, so make sure you stay with us.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Partying it up here tonight, live on a Monday night. My name is Dani Golub, and I'm your host. Welcome to the AfterBuzz TV After Show for The Voice. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dani Golub. I'm joined by my fellow co-host, Chris. Where can they find you?
Partner in crime. I'm Chris Howard.
Partner in crime.
Yeah, you can reach me at Chris Howard Live on Twitter and Instagram. Also, go check out legendarylivingdaily.com and legendarylivingtv.com for YouTube.
Yeah, check him out. He's the real deal. Got a lot of followers and could always use some more.
There you go.
Yeah, you really could. So, as I mentioned in the comments from last week's episode, we are going to be talking about episodes 2 and 3 tonight. So the way we're going to be doing this season is Monday, we're going to be doing our after shows. We will watch on Tuesday, I promise, so we can report back the following Monday and discuss Tuesday's episode. So why don't we...
She promises.
I promise. We are not forgetting about Tuesdays. I know they're equally important. We just are going to do our after show.
Because we did get some feedback, right?
We did, yeah. Some positive feedback. Shout out to everyone who's watching us. Thanks. We love you. We got a few fans, Chris.
Yeah, that's good. I have one fan.
Yeah, same. I have one.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk quickly about last week's episode.
Yeah.
There were a couple standouts, for sure. I think the first one was the 4-chair turn, Wei. She's amazing.
Wei.
I briefly mentioned her when we talked about the Olympic episode last week.
Yeah,
she
now how's
was in
that
the
happen?
special.
Did she get 2 tryouts then?
I guess it was, they aired the same thing, but I think the Olympic episode must have been some sort of preview premiere kind of thing. So
okay.
I think they gave you like a taste of what we were going to be getting in the live.
All right.
It was only 2. It was her and then a young woman named Darby, who I'm sure will probably be going tomorrow. Or...
Well, they made a good choice with Wei then.
Yeah, she was incredible. What do you think about her?
Oh, she was way too cool.
Yeah.
she was awesome.
She's awesome. I follow her on Instagram now already. I'm a big fan. But she, was reaching charts on iTunes and everything already.
How shocking is that? Because you did not expect that voice to come out of her. When
her tiny voice. What did Alicia Keys said? She sounded like Minnie Mouse?
She sounds like Minnie Mouse, and then she becomes Pavarotti, you know?
Well, the way that they actually did it during the Olympic preview special is they didn't show her intro package first. They just showed her singing, and then they cut to her voice right after. So we had the same surprise that the judges had,
right.
Or the coaches. I apologize. I know they like to be called coaches.
You get that weird contrast. But, yeah, she was just phenomenal. I love that song, Feeling Good. I love that song.
And that was a great cover of it.
And she nailed it, yeah.
It's a hard song to sing really well,
And they did a different arrangement of it, so it was really phenomenal.
I always think it's the most impressive when they come out and take a song that so many people have covered but really make it their own.
Right.
Yeah, that was really, really impressive. Then another standout from last week was Billy Gilman.
He was my favorite. I liked him.
He was.
Yeah.
So he was a country singer in his past. He had been in a music video with apparently him sat on a bus or something, and Miley knew him. He had been on red carpets. He had his 15 minutes of fame.
He opened for Miley's father, for Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, he opened for Billy Ray. She actually said now, in hindsight, she recognized him.
Blake knew him right away.
Yeah, Blake did know him right away. But he kind of reinvented himself and has become more of a pop artist, and he said when his voice changed, he had to relearn how to sing and everything, which is, something you don't always think about with his child. You don't think about it, but he really did have to reteach himself, and you could tell that he has been practicing in a big way because he was amazing.
It was just phenomenal. Every note, it was spot on. I was really, really impressed.
Yeah, as was I. And he chose Adam as his coach, which I thought was great because I feel like Adam isn't getting the team that he usually has, the really strong team. I feel like Miley and Alicia are coming in. And I kind of feel like, to be honest, Adam was kind of put down a lot last week by the other coaches. They were kind of bashing him a little bit.
I think kind of a little bit, but I also think that Adam was kind of pushing because he wanted to help the girls out when they first got there, and he was pushing people toward Alicia. I think he's in awe of Alicia a little bit, so he's pushing people, and I don't think he knows what Miley's going to do really as a coach. So he's still got to wait and see.
I feel like they have a little bit of a big brother, little sister dynamic, him and Miley. So I think that he maybe is underestimating her a little.
Right.
We'll see.
Maybe everybody is.
Yeah, who knows? But Billy Gilman chose Adam, which I think is a huge, addition to his team. I think he's going to go really far.
His team's starting to shape up with a couple of the guys that he has on there.
And Billy is just really talented. He has, an incredible ability that he's clearly, nurtured over the years and grown up with. So, and just to have that stage presence and that experience.
Yeah, just a wealth of experience. Since he was 7, he's been
doing
performing.
this. Yeah,
he had
so
a
he's
contract
a pro.
with Sony when he was 10.
Yeah, he's a pro. And then the last standout that we'll talk about from last week is a young woman named Lauren Diaz.
Now, I missed her, so you're going to have to...
Oh, man, you need to watch that
really?
now. So she covered Alicia Keys.
Oh, you know what? I heard on the commercial, and she was hot, too. She was good.
She's amazing. She was so talented. First of all, she's beautiful, and she has this like gorgeous family. She has her husband and her kid. Well, spoiler alert, not husband at the time of the audition. But she sang Alicia, which I think is really, really...
It takes balls.
Yeah, that takes some serious courage to sing an Alicia song in front of Alicia Keys. You either are going to fail epically or you're going to wow her. And she wowed her. She wowed me. I think singing a cover of Alicia Keys, no matter what, is impressive. I mean, I think there are certain people, you know...
Even if you miss the notes, it's impressive.
It's hard to cover Sia. It's hard to cover Adele. It's hard to cover Freddie Mercury. You know what I mean? Like, there are certain people that it's difficult to cover, and I think Alicia Keys is one of them, and especially to do that in front of her. And they really were all fighting for her down to the last second, and Alicia ended up singing like "If I Ain't Got You" to her,
man.
and all the other coaches were like, "Well, we're done now." That was like the coolest thing ever.
Alicia knows how to work it.
Ooh, she brings it.
Yeah.
She brings it when she needs to. So needless to say, she chose Alicia. I think that she's going to be really strong throughout this competition. And when she goes back to tell her family, her husband was like down, or her boyfriend at the time was down on one knee proposing, which was a really sweet moment. He was then her fiance. Now he's her husband.
Well, now that he's heard her sing on The Voice, and now everybody's going to know, he's like, I better grab her quick.
Grab her. Well, they already had a kid together, so I think that was probably sign number one. But yeah, he was ready to lock that down, put a ring on it. Anyway, she was incredible, and it was really sweet to see that little moment. I think that those were three of definitely the standouts from last week. I'm sure we'll touch on all the other artists that made it through in the battle rounds. And then let's start with tonight. First artist of the night was Bindi Leibowitz.
Bindi, yes.
She's 23-year-old. Blake and Adam both turned for her. What did you think?
A very interesting style.
Yeah.
You know, she was very unique, and I thought that was really cool. How about yourself?
I thought she was different than, like you said, unique, but I think she's different than all the other artists we've seen so far this season. Sometimes I see a couple people come out, and I'm like, wow, those two are very similar, and I don't think either of them could win because they're so close to what each other are.
Right.
Where I feel like she has like her own style and is very, you know, like you said, unique and different. And
I think we saw a lot of that tonight. There were a lot of different styles that were very unique voices.
We'll talk about a couple of them later. Yeah, there were some things tonight that we've seen that we've never seen before on The Voice, so that was pretty neat. Blake and Adam both turned for her. She ended up choosing Adam, even though Blake said something that I found really interesting. He was saying, you know, he's one with pop artists, country artists, but country is what he does, and that's what he does when he goes on stage, but that's not what you have to do.
Right. Right.
You had a bone to pick with him, right?
Yeah, I had a little bone to pick because he said, I've won with pop artists, I've won with country artists.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. He's won 4 times, and he won with a country artist. He won with a pop artist. Yeah. So if I were Adam, I would have jumped all over that.
I know, because Miley did jump all over Adam when he was like, oh, I've won. And she's like 3 times, and he's like out of 10. So
I think Adam could have had a good comeback, but that's all right.
yeah, but she ended up choosing Adam, so he didn't have to. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. I think that's also another good addition to Adam's team. His team is like very, you know, different. Everyone's very different.
I think it's coming together though.
Yeah. I'm excited to kind of like see where they're all at the end. But next up for the night was a young man named Zach Hicks. He sang a song called "At This Moment," and unfortunately he didn't get any chair turns. And I agree with the judges in the sense that I think it may have been because he is a country guy and said he wanted to sing country soul, but didn't choose that genre of music to sing for his audition.
It's a poor song choice, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that he was a bad singer at all by any means. I just think, like they all said, he wasn't in the right genre.
Yeah, he kind of went flat a couple of times, but you know, I thought that was just nerves. I thought he had a much better voice than how it came across, but I got that he was not being true to the essence of where he lives from a musical perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, and Blake did mention, you know, I want him to come back and try out again. And
if he wore a cowboy hat and sang a country song, Blake would have grabbed that guy up. Yeah.
Blake loves his cowboy hats, but whenever we see a cowboy hat, we're like, Blake.
There's Blake, yeah.
But anyway, he, I think, could come back, and if he did country soul and, you know, stuck to his roots and what he knows, then maybe he would have a better shot.
Yeah, I think he'd have a good shot. I mean, there were no bad voices here once again tonight.
Yeah, I think this show does a really good job at showcasing talent, and I don't think that they ever put anybody down, and someone like him I mean, doesn't deserve to be put down at all. He was great.
And he's shy still. He had, you could tell he had nerve things. He was struggling with his sexuality and stuff. He had just announced that he was, or not just, but he hadn't really kind of gripped the fact that he was gay and how to announce it to people. He wasn't owning it as much as we see others own it.
Yeah, I think that maybe he's just still had some room for growth in terms of the whole package.
The whole package.
We'll
I'm
see.
with you.
I hope we see him again.
Yeah, I hope he comes back. I think he has a good chance.
The Voice also, like I said last week, does a great job at that. If people don't make it through, they do bring people back. They really do.
And that goes right into we're coaches, we're not judges.
Yeah,
it goes into that whole thing. And to their credit, every time somebody didn't quite make it, they were all giving coaching.
Yep,
so
that's
they
true.
stayed true to that notion.
Next up was Elias Parza.
Yeah.
She was spicy. I
Spicy,
loved
hot.
her.
Yes.
So
Chimichangas.
she is like a clown / fairy / princess at birthday parties for her day job. But low-key, she's an amazing singer. She sang a song in Spanish by Selena, which I've never seen on The Voice before. I've never seen someone come out and audition and sing in Spanish, which was awesome to see.
I thought it was fantastic.
That's such a huge part of pop music.
Yeah, and she nailed it right on. I mean, I see her as another Selena type that could do the crossover, or
like J-Lo does it. And,
and who was the guy that J-Lo was dating? It was so good.
Mark Anthony.
It'll come. Mark Anthony. Yeah, just Mark Anthony. Yeah, there's a market for that.
There totally is. She was fabulous. Adam, Blake, and Miley all turned. We kind of thought she was going to choose Miley, but she chose Adam, which was really surprising. And I'm excited for Adam because I think this will be a great fit for his team.
He's got a really strong voice in her. Yeah.
Yeah. Next up was Lane Mack. He's from Louisiana. He is 30, very into Cajun music. I think his dad was in the Cajun Music Hall of Fame or something, he said,
Yeah, I think they call it
Grammy.
Zydeco is what they call that style.
Right.
It's the Cajun style. I asked you if you like Cajun food. You said no.
Yeah, I'm pretty picky eater.
You got to have jambalaya. They have jambalaya, which is beautiful. It's gumbo and jambalaya all mixed together. But it's definitely a very unique style. You'll like it if you have it at the right place. But definitely a very unique style. And what did you think of his screaming and...
It's not my style, but I think that he ended up choosing Miley only because that was his only chair turn. But I do think that they're a perfect match for each other.
Yeah.
I think that they both are like really, out there with their personality, and they both kind of put a similar kind of energy into the universe. I think they're going to have a lot of fun together. Yeah. And I think that he's something totally different for her team.
Did you get the sense that like Miley was kind of like the default position for anybody that wanted to do something out of the box?
Yeah.
Out of the box,
I
Miley.
do see that.
Out of the box, Miley.
I do see that, and I think that that's cool. I think that, brings something new to The Voice, because I think, like, with Gwen, I think with her specifically, I think she struggled a little bit to kind of brand herself as a coach, and with, Christina and Alicia are more similar, and Alicia and Pharrell are more similar. I feel like with Miley, she's come on and, like, made the show her own and bringing something to the table that we've never seen before.
Well, Gwen's kind of an out-of-the-box person, too, and stylish, but she didn't own it as much, you're saying.
Right. Yeah, she's like she kind of played the band card and then played the girl card. You know what I mean? But Miley is like, this is me. I'm weird. I'm different. And like that's it.
And you can be weird and different too.
Totally. Like I embrace that.
She might bring a lot more to and she undoubtedly will bring a lot more. We just don't know what to look for yet.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see like where her team goes down the road.
For sure.
Next up was, I think, my favorite singer of the night, Carly Metsker, the 22-year-old girl from Michigan. She sang a Regina Spektor song, and I think she sounded like Regina Spektor, but also made it her own. I was really, really nervous that they weren't going to hit the button. I was hitting my own button the whole time.
They were making her wait, and you saw her get nervous, too. Her eyes were like...
nervous, too.
She looked like she was going to cry.
They literally waited till the last note for Blake and Miley to hit their button.
What was weird, though, is when Blake gave the feedback that she was a little flat on some of the falsetto notes, I didn't hear that. Maybe I
didn't
tuned
either.
out. Yeah.
I actually thought that her falsetto sounded amazing.
Yeah,
that was like my favorite part of the song. And they talked about the little breaks in her voice and stuff, but that's so in these days. That's
right.
I mean, if you think about it, the girl who just won America's Got Talent, Grace VanderWaal, the 12-year-old, if you've heard her sing, her voice breaks in all different sorts of ways, and it's not perfect. And I think that's the kind of like indie folkish music that people are go to Coachella. People are super into that kind of music. So I think that Carly is really, really neat, and I'm really excited to see her.
Yeah, she's gonna do fantastic. I didn't hear any of the the flatness in the voice at all. I thought it was fantastic, and I thought she made a great choice in Miley as well.
Yeah, I do too. I think that they're going to be a lot of fun together, and I hope that she continues to choose good music.
Yeah.
Because I think that this kind of could make or break a singer like that, because her voice is softer and more, I think it's different, and I don't think she could just sing anything. I think that what she sings kind of has to be like the Regina Spektor, or maybe like,
it's ethereal. It's kind of, it's kind of.
I feel like she could sing Florence Welch, or she could sing, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like other artists that would be cool for her to cover.
Yeah, what was the one
Norah
song?
Jones, maybe?
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah,
I
don't know. Cool. Something about her is like very soothing.
Yeah, there's something that's kind of mystic or magic or removed too, that's kind of like this dark, ethereal, icy. Icy was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I really enjoyed her. I mean, like I said, with all these acts, you kind of have to think back to, would I go buy this song on iTunes after this? Because that does count towards their votes. And I would totally buy this track. I would listen to this again, and I would want to listen to it like at least on YouTube on the way home and kind of like rehear it and.
We'll see. Yeah, I want to grow into her more, but I
feel like
think she was good.
She probably has other good music out there too. And then our last act of the night, this was a bit of a shorter episode.
Was fast,
It was only an hour tonight, so it was a bit shorter. I think that maybe the debate cut into it a little bit.
Right.
We did have the debate
tonight. Cut into our studio time.
Cut into our studio time. The debate is taken over.
After the debate happened, they were debating whether they'd leave the studio for us to start.
I mean, come on. If we didn't have enough of Donald Trump and Hillary already.
Exactly. We need more Dani and Chris.
Right? The Voice is way more fun than politics. Come on.
Exactly.
I mean, it's way less dramatic. I'd rather watch Adam and Blake fight than Hillary and Donald.
I think that's a better fight. It's more fun. It's more engaging.
There's less on the line.
Exactly.
Our well-being. Anyway, we won't get into too much politics here. We'll leave that to the other show.
What do you really think, Dani?
We'll leave that to the other after show. You guys can watch theirs. It was on before us. Next up, anyway, was Josh Halverson. He sang Forever Young. He is like total farm boy with the cows and what's his kid's name?
This was what? Thunderbird.
Thunderbird.
His son's name is Thunderbird.
Love that.
Yeah, his wife's name is Roxana, which is a little
They're just like a cool, hip, and then he's Josh.
Is he a hipster, or is he a cowboy, or is he an Indian?
This is my thought. Like, what's cool these days is that. And, like, I can never be as cool as someone like him, but, like, that's what kids, like, the youths think is cool. I'm telling you, he's him. Yeah, he's like people who try too hard to be like what he is aren't cool, but he just is that.
He's not.
You know what I mean?
In Australia, when I was out there, they call it a try-hard. You're a try-hard.
Yeah, he's not a try-hard. Like, he is genuine. Yeah. Like, he grew up on a farm. He loves cows. He loves his kid named Thunderbird. Like, that is who he is. But, like, if I named my kid named Thunderbird, like, I would like.
They'd rip you apart.
Yes, exactly. I'd be like a try-hard.
He's so not cool.
Exactly. He's cool. And I think the judges agreed with me, or the coaches, sorry. Blake, Miley, and Alicia all turned for him.
Yeah. You can name your kid an apple or something like a fruit.
Me and
Banana.
Gwyneth Paltrow will just name our kids after fruits. It's fine.
CLA thing.
Josh was really neat. He sang Forever Young. He definitely also was really unique in terms of his style.
I couldn't quite I understand why the judges couldn't get it either, because it's like, or the coaches, sorry guys.
I know, it's so tough. Every other show calls them judges.
Yeah, but
we're not offending anyone if we're calling them judges. So.
I couldn't quite get the style. I knew there was something to it, but I couldn't quite get it. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was my favorite of the night, but I definitely could see him appealing to a wide audience and going pretty far.
I loved what Alicia said, that we could do something together where, and you can get that with that type of, with her range and his unique style. You could see how something really cool could come out of that.
With how quirky he is, part of me thought he was going to go with Miley on this one, just because he is so different. And he does have, like, the southern background, and she is from that part of town too.
See, I think that's how Miley could relate to him in some way, was just that there was that kind of cowboy-ish,
right? Because look at her dad,
yeah.
He had the hat on. I mean, it wasn't a cowboy hat, but like it was like in the cowboy hat genre, I would say.
It's so funny to see that in Miley still, that she's still got that, even though she's gone so pop.
I feel like she's bringing out the twang in her accent when she wants to. Do you like hear it? I feel like she starts going all like Tennessee on us.
Yeah, she's like come full circle here, and it's like, okay, good.
I feel like we're seeing like the melting pot of everything she has been now into what this floral
I think that's
denim
how life
outfit.
works.
Yeah, like the flowers, the denim, braids. She kind of looks like Dolly Parton with the hair.
She's cute, and she's fun. So
yeah, she has a lot of fun. He ended up choosing Alicia, which was surprising, but I think that what she said about them working together really sold him on her.
That's kind of what sold me too. I don't know where Miley would have taken him, but once again, we can't know that until we see her start coaching. So it's,
and to be honest, I think part of me thinks it's going to be a little bit hard to stand out on Miley's team because of how quirky everybody is.
Yeah.
That, like, someone like him is going to be the only one of his kind on Alicia's team, whereas I feel like on Miley's team, everyone's so funky.
Everybody's going to be, it's going to be a quirk fest.
I feel like Alicia's team is a bunch of, like, winners, you know what I mean? And then he's totally different. Like, not that he's not a winner, but, like, he's his own brand and his own style, you know, something totally different.
But you don't, but it's not about brand and style, right? It's about the voice, isn't it?
Totally,
So they all come swinging in on wrecking balls. We don't know.
That's true. It's not about the brand and the style during the blind auditions, but I think...
Does it become...
I mean...
It's hard to separate.
You've watched The Voice before. I mean, like, once it gets down to the final few, I think that they all do become, like, a full package, you know? Like, the way that they dress and the way that they sing. I mean, last season, Allison Porter won, and she is, like, a full package. She's got, like, the mom, that she's, like, motivational, and her music is really touching, and you know what I mean?
You reached out to her, right? Is she going to come and join us?
I did. Allison may come and join us. And we have some fun special guests coming on. I think we have Paxton from last season and Jeffrey Austin from the season before.
That's really cool. I want Gwen Stefani to come and join us.
Yeah, Gwen's probably going to come. She might just roll in.
She's probably going to come and roll in.
She keeps calling me, you know? She won't leave me alone.
She won't leave me alone either, so I don't know.
Same with Blake. Both. I think they're going to come together.
Well, Adam Levine still wants to party with me all the time, so it's like, come on, Adam, relax.
Bummer.
We want you all to come, so come and join us.
Everyone come and join us. Who do you think out of tonight's was your favorite?
You know, I'll tell you what, the one from Tuesday night keeps in my mind. Billy. Yeah, I really like Billy. But out of tonight, I would say I really liked. Carly was interesting. Bindi, you know, I really enjoyed the performance that Aaliyah did.
Yeah.
But it's probably a tough call between her and Carly, I would say.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that those are my two favorites of the night as well. But I think I'm going to have to go with Carly. I think that last week's was overall stronger. If I look at something from last week, I think that I would probably still pick them over the ones from this week in terms of winning. But
Billy rocked it. I think he's going to go a long way and way.
Yeah, I think that those are some down the line names. Like those are going to be like top 10.
We're going to see them start coming back. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
a lot of information, a little bit of time.
A lot of information, a little bit of time. Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
We will, like I said, be talking about tomorrow's show next Monday, so don't worry. We have you covered the entire season of The Voice. My name is Dani Golub, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dani Golub.
And my name's Chris Howard. Find me on both of those, Twitter and Instagram, at Chris Howard Live.
It's been a lot of fun. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks.
Ciao.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.